In a world where personal space is treated as sacred ground, one homeowner discovered just how fragile that sanctuary could become. This is a story of a peaceful life, carefully constructed and fiercely guarded against outside interference. The protagonist, a person defined by quiet determination, valued independence above everything else. Yet beneath the stillness of their daily routine, a tension had been quietly building for months, threatening to fracture the calm they had worked so hard to preserve. The Homeowners Association, originally formed to uphold neighborhood standards, slowly began to stretch beyond its intended role. Its requests became demands, creeping closer to the heart of private property rights and individual freedom. This was no longer about minor guidelines. It had become a question of ownership, of control, of the right to enjoy one's own land without intrusion. One afternoon, that slow-burning conflict finally erupted. Two representatives from the HOA arrived unannounced at the homeowner's front gate, their posture rigid and expressions professionally stern. Though outwardly composed, the homeowner understood immediately that a confrontation was unavoidable. The representatives cited regulations and insisted on immediate access for an unscheduled inspection of the property. "This is private property," the homeowner replied evenly, voice calm but firm, establishing a clear and unmistakable boundary. The officials, clearly accustomed to easy compliance, seemed startled by the refusal. The homeowner reaffirmed their right to privacy, a principle they cherished and refused to surrender. In that moment, a line was drawn, a quiet declaration that intrusion would not be tolerated. After stepping aside for a brief discussion, the HOA officers returned with renewed insistence. Their tone sharpened. They produced documents, flipping through pages filled with clauses and bylaws, attempting to reinforce their authority with legal language. The homeowner listened without interruption, their expression steady and composed. This was not a trivial disagreement over landscaping or paint color. It was a matter of principle, of defending fundamental property rights. Their resolve strengthened, grounded in a firm understanding of both the law and their own position. Gradually, the officers' confidence began to fade, replaced by visible irritation. Their voices rose. Their gestures grew sharper, as if volume alone could force compliance. But the homeowner did not waver. They stood firm, immovable against the pressure being applied. Privacy, they asserted, was not negotiable. It was a cornerstone of homeownership. The officers, now increasingly agitated, shuffled through their paperwork again, searching for leverage. The homeowner's stance remained unmistakable. My land, my rules. They pointed to the immaculate condition of the property, dismantling any suggestion of neglect or violation. The gate remained closed, a solid barrier that mirrored an even stronger principle behind it. The officers' faces tightened with frustration as their authority met resistance. Despite the escalating tension, the homeowner maintained a composed, almost serene presence. They understood the fine print. They understood the boundaries. And most importantly, they understood their rights. The confrontation intensified, the atmosphere thick with unspoken threats and mounting pressure. Running out of options, the officers resorted to warning of potential legal action, a final attempt to regain control. Yet the homeowner's steady resolve did not crack. They were not simply defending themselves. They were standing for the broader principle that individuals have the right to control their own property without unwarranted interference. The officers exchanged weary, frustrated glances. What had begun as a routine enforcement visit had transformed into a stalemate they could not win. The homeowner's calm resistance proved stronger than their official authority. The standoff lingered for a few heavy moments, a silent contest of willpower, with the homeowner refusing to yield even an inch. At last, with visible resignation, the HOA representatives stepped back. Their departure was not dramatic, but it carried the weight of defeat. It was a quiet victory for the homeowner, a powerful reminder that standing up for one's rights matters. The importance of defending property ownership and personal boundaries echoed in the stillness that followed. The gate, once the focal point of confrontation, now stood as a symbol of restored peace. The homeowner returned to their tranquil domain, sanctuary intact once more. This triumph extended beyond a single afternoon's dispute. It served as a reminder to every homeowner that autonomy must be protected. In the end, it was not just about a closed gate. It was about the enduring power of personal freedom and the quiet strength required to defend it.